week, which means we've rolled the dice and we've found Bill Carne. Good morning, Bill.
Morning, Tom. That's a big build-up. How are you? It's a chilly morning, but we're all looking forward to a bit of sport, I hope, on the weekend now.
Oh, hopefully. And it is a chilly morning, but I looked outside before doing the weather, and it's beautiful out there. There's a wonderful sunrise forming. So if you're,
That's true.
yeah, so wipe your bleary eyes and take a look outside because it is stunning. And Bill, hopefully a busy weekend of sport coming up, but also it's been a busy week of sport that's just been.
Yeah, some nice sport on the week. The indoor cricket continued at a pace. We now have a Pembrokeshire champion club who will go on the weekend to represent us in Morriston in the Welsh finals. And we've also had a bit of football last night on the Bridge Meadow, where the youngsters of the academy, aided and abetted by a couple of senior players who were, our new recruit, our new right back, and some other players who needed to run out. And they beat Carmarthen Town 7-0. So that was a cracking game of football. It really was. And nice to see youngsters trying to play good football. I thought it was fantastic. 7-0 is final score. And Noah Davison given the lead. Elliot Duggan, who's in the first team squad, but hasn't been having the best of luck with goals. He had two. Luke Owen from Whitland had one. And Dan John came on late and had two. And Owen Davis from Crimmock, whose father, Emmett Roos, used to play rugby. He was there watching last night. He had a goal as well. So good win there for Haverfordwest County. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I know it's hard to tell when it's an academy development match, but first impressions of the new signing?
Yeah, good. I gave the ball away early on a little, but he was very calm, very assured. I think, he's got a bit of class over him. We'll wait and see now. I mean, it's easier to play against 16 and 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds than it is to play against seasoned professionals. So, Gony Wild, wait and see, I think.
Wait and see. And of course, you went to see that match because the match last weekend was it was frozen off.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often on the Bridge Meadow. It was right in front of the changing rooms, so there's a lot of shade there. So that's where it was frozen, right in the goalmouth itself. And Kevin Haldane and Kevin Craig tried hard, but it was off, and there were other games off as well. But that's being replayed now, Tom, as a message for our listeners and football supporters. Tuesday evening as a treat at the Oggy Bridge Meadow. Connors Key back there then, 7:45 start. So that's the final game of the first stage. Haverfordwest have got the option there. They're 8th at the moment, but if they beat Connors Key, was second, confirmed second, and who are playing in the Nathaniel Cup final against Bala tomorrow. They are second anyway. Haverfordwest can go up to 7th, and that's got implications sometimes because that can lead to a little bit of competition against clubs from other countries. We'll have to wait and see with that. Connors Key are a good side. I think they're almost full-time professional now, really. They have Neil Gibson as a very astute manager, and they'll come to Bridge Meadow not looking to coast through and stay in second. They'll be looking to finish on a high note, ready for the start of the second stage, when they'll be in the top echelon, Haverfordwest be in the second.
Yeah, so the different phases will start off. Is that next weekend? The phases continue. It just continues now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah, it'll continue at a pace then. And so Haverfordwest will play the other 5 clubs in the bottom half of the table. Connors Key will go to the top. What I hope is there'll be a good crowd. There was an amazingly large crowd last night. Freezing cold but crisp evening, watching the youngsters play. Let's hope there's double or treble that on Tuesday night and give the Bluebirds a bit of a lift, I think.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, and particularly with that prospect of the youth getting more game time as well on the Bridge Meadow, on the Oggy Bridge Meadow Stadium. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Taking us indoors then, you've already mentioned it a little bit. We've got crowned Pembrokeshire champions for the Indoor Cricket League, and you were there. And in fact, we put you, it was on during the Pure Sports Show with Eaton Evans and Morris, and we even had a bit of your commentary go out on the radio, Bill, because they were using streaming, like what we're doing.
Yeah. There are some would say even I would struggle to talk for 4 hours, but we got through it. I had assistance from that young sprog, Fraser Watson, till he gave up the ghost and came and spoke with you on the show. And Trevor Evans, the county president, was alongside, so we had chats to him. And Peter Jack Davis from rugby and cricket in Neyland came along and offered some words of advice and wisdom. It was a fun evening, and the players played it in a great spirit. And surprise, surprise, Neyland are champions again. they're such a good side. They're head and shoulders above everybody else. And the other clubs battled. I mean, in the first game, Pembroke Dock beat Neyland B. Scott Griffiths, he's turned into a very good indoor all-rounder, 25 not out, and Rhys Daly, 27 not out. But the Dock gave away 23 extras, and 21 of those are wide, so that caused their downfall, despite retirement scores from Greg Miller and Scott Murray. But second game then, Neyland A played Neyland B, and the highlight for me with that, the captain of Neyland A is Paul Murray, who's a very good cricketer, Minty, and his brother Steve plays for the B team. And although Neyland A gained their expected win with Paul getting 32 and skipper Patrick Bellaby 32, one of the highlights was when the other Murray and Steve, he took a really good return catch to get rid of his brother. So there was great delight for that from all who were watching. In the second innings, then Steve was batting and Paul stumped him. So there was an even louder cheer there. So it was great fun. It really was good. And then that left. Then, of course, Neyland A playing Pembroke Dock A, which was virtually just straightforward final. They both had won their first games. But Neyland 120 for 4. Paul Murray again 27. Sean Hannon 23. His twin Patrick 25 not out. But they bowled the Dock out for 48. Jake Davis had 25 there. Jack John bowled 2 overs for 4 runs and took 2 wickets. The ball was swinging like a boomerang. Then a new ball, I've never seen it swing like it. So 120 was a good score there at the Dock, and match the bowling there. And then, of course, that means now that they go on Sunday, they'll play Pentirch from Cardiff area in one semi-final. The other is Newport Fugitives from Gwent against Annis Tower from Swansea. Neyland have beaten all those before, but they won't be going in sort of overconfident, but they're looking forward to that on Sunday. Good luck to all the boys there. They're great ambassadors for us, really. But that's not quite the end, because on Monday night, streamed again with myself and Mr. Watson and a couple of others, is the second division playoffs, and they're 3 very talented teams who've played. Pembroke started last year, but Burton and Hook started this year, and they were very raw. But all 3 are in that playoff, and that's going to be a really highly competitive 3 games there to watch. So people can go along to the hub in Neyland, or they can watch it live on television. It's hard for me to understand how they do it, but they do.
And is that going to be following the same, because I know that the rules slightly changed from the league to the finals day, a Division 2 following those extra 2 overs? Are they doing it by those rules? So is the full, it's going to start at 6 o'clock then at the community hub if you want to get down there and have a watch?
That's right, 12 overs it is indeed. You must have at least 4 bowlers bowling 3, but they could have 6 bowlers bowling 2 if they wanted, but they must be 12 overs max.
Oh, fantastic. And what I really liked, because a lot of people, when they think of cricket, they think of the outdoor game, they think of the lip balm on the lip and on the nose. And what's nice about the live stream on Monday is that it gave someone like me who's never seen indoor cricket before insight as to, that's what it looks like. That the fielders are on the edges, and I don't know, it just dispelled a lot of questions. How can you play a hitting game indoors? And it was really great to watch. I really enjoyed it. So looking forward to listening in again on this coming Monday.
Good. We'll give you a mention.
Oh, I look forward to it. Thank you very much. And then looking then at going back outdoors then, upcoming fixtures. Let's start off actually with the FA Trophy, shall we? Hakin.
Yeah, they used to travel now. I mean, they could adapt to playing in Welsh League football. I think they're good enough to be playing Welsh League football, as well as the West Wales Senior League. They've been all over the country this year. They've flown the Pembrokeshire flag with great style, really. Great team under Scott Davis. They're going to play Ross Aylwyd from the Wrexham area in the 5th round of the FAW Trophy. And they're great ambassadors. I was talking to 3 or 4 of them down the Bridge Meadow last night. They were warming up. They're going up tonight. Today, that's their professional approach, and staying overnight. And they'll be fresh then, ready tomorrow. Ross Aylwyd play in the Ardal North East League, which is the equivalent of some of the clubs we've mentioned before when they've played. It's the next tier below Welsh League football, really. There's 4 sections of that. And they're 3rd place in the Ardal North East League. No mugs. They won at 2-1 at Ebbw Vale in the last round. So A tough game there for the Vikings, but hey, I won't be surprised if they come back with another win. I really won't.
No, I don't think anybody would be. It's very exciting. And sticking with football, then it means that Hakin are going to stay in their third place in Division One. But what fixtures have we got to look forward to in Division One over the weekend?
There's a full programme apart from Hakin and whoever they miss out with. But the top game has to be Goodwick United at home at Phoenix Park against Moncton Swifts. First against fourth. As you say, really, Moncton are on the edge of that championship race. But it's Goodwick and Hakin and Merlin's Bridge. And Merlin's Bridge are travelling to Kilgetty, Kingsmore. Seventh place, Kilgetty, Merlin's Bridge second. They're favourites to win that, Merlin's Bridge, but they know Kilgetty are a very good young side. And Boxer Bainan, and they'll be pushed all the way there. If you asked me to pick one, I'd have to go for Merlin's Bridge. They're the form horse, but I wouldn't put a fiver on it, that's for sure. Another interesting game at Clarbeston Road. They're sixth and they entertain Carew at fifth. That should be an interesting tussle.
Oh, that will be, yeah.
Yeah. And then Fishguard Sports, who were eighth, entertained St. Clair's, who surprised me this year. They're bottom. I thought they would have been mid-table. But things not going well there for the Saints. Fishguard would be favourites to win that. And the last one, another sort of relegation area battle, really. Nayland, who were 10th against my old team, Penna Robins, who were 9th. So I'd be wanting the Robins to win it with my old affiliations. But Nayland, good crowd. I'd like to say get well soon to Paul Hannon. Now, we talk a lot about his younger twin brothers, Patrick and Sean. Mm-hmm. But Paul, I think, is probably 46, 47. He still played up front from till now. Very, very good striker. But he broke his ankle last week. So,
oh, gosh.
Get well soon, Paul. Yeah, and I hope he'll be on the mend quickly now.
Yeah, we'll pass that on. In fact, I didn't see you there, but we were both at Nayland last weekend. And what a wonderful facility and community Nayland has with that community hub, the rugby on one field, the football on the other, the football boys coming over to watch the end of the rugby as well. It was a wonderful spectacle, and of course the CFAX board being unveiled as well. It was a great Saturday.
A great way to pay a tribute to Martin Ceefax. He's known as Ceefax because he knew his attention to sport in detail was immense. He'd get all the scores off me on Saturday and go straight back in and tell all the boys straight off. He just knew them. And in quizzes, he really was a top quiz man. But a lovely man as well, a great friend, Martin. So the whole day was lovely. I thought the game was a tribute to local rugby. That's the way the game should be played, boys. Local derby, hard. I mean, your nephew there, Luke, he's a powerful runner. He hasn't got your build, though, Tom. He's a bit
he's stocky. Oh, yes. No, he's a bit... He's shorter. He's shorter than me. I'll take the height off him, but he's a little stocky. You wouldn't want to get in his way. Let's put it that way.
He's a battering ram. I mean, he runs through a brick wall. And a great game. Langham played well. Right spirit in the main. And Nayland same in the main. It's a hard game. We expect that, but I thought he was in a good spirit. And when you see him come off and they're lining up to clap each other off, that's how it should be. Yeah, good.
Yeah. No, it's really good. It's the most composed I've seen Langham all season. So whatever they've had, whoever's coaching them now, because I know they've had a few changes. He's got them believing that they can defend. It's nice. It's really good to see.
Matthew Hughes is back there. He's only a young fella. He was a good rugby player. He went up the line in England to play for a long time and was a good cricketer. He's very vociferous. He's encouraging all the time. And he's got good helpers as well. So things are looking up at Bill Parks.
I knew I recognised him. And in fact, shall we stick with rugby, actually? What have we got to look forward to in the rugby?
News of a rearranged game, first of all. Last weekend, Narberth should have played Glamorgan Wanderers, and it was off because, again, they've got a big stand, lots of shadow, plenty of ice. That's being played this week at Narberth, so that's great. So if you want to watch a good quality rugby, then that's a good place to be. They're playing Glamorgan Wanderers. Come on, the Otters, I say, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then Division 1, Crimmock, top of Division 1 West. They face off against Gorsainon, who are down in 9th.
Yeah, that's right. Crimmock won the previous game up at Gorsainon by 24-19. So they should be hot favourites to win that one, really. And then local derby time, Whitland at Pembroke. Old rivalries there. The Borderers, who are 11th, against the Scarlets, who are 12th. So something's got to give there. Whitland are looking for a double. They won 33-20 at Crickmarron. So they'll start as favourites there. That should be a hard-fought game, really. Yeah, looking forward to finding out who won that.
Yeah, no, that's two very exciting, very exciting matchup there. And then you go down to Division Two, another local derby, and interestingly, Fishguard were getting the spoils last time they met, but Tenby doing well, but lost against Milford last weekend.
Tenby were gutted by that, and Milford were heartened by that. It was a good second win for the Mariners. I spoke to Steve Martin after the game, the assistant coach, who's a quality player, and they were delighted. And they played disciplined rugby. They won because they kicked 5 penalties in the end. Their defence was superb. They played focused rugby, so well done to Nathan Williams and his boys there. This week, as you say, Tenby are at home, they're 4th, and the Seagulls are 9th, Fishguard and Goodwick. So we'd have to go for Tenby. But their frailty is they seem to lose games that you'd expect them to win. They nearly always get within a bonus point when they lose. But I know Jonathan Evans, their coach, he's a brilliant young coach, and he's got a very good young side who are developing. But they just need to understand the need to hold on towards the last 10 minutes, you know. Yeah. And then the other game then, bottom of the table clash, Pontyberem, who were struggling like mad this year. They entertained Milford Haven. Milford 11th. It's hard to believe when you think they can beat Tenby. So good luck to Mariners. I hope they come away with a second win on the trot. If they do, I'm sure I'll have Alan McClelland, whose son Dan is scrum half, in my ear telling me how good they are. Yeah, and then Division 3 then.
Or Division 3, the Cleddau Bridge Derby, as I've heard it called before.
Yeah, it's been called a lot of things, yeah. Langham Hill Parks against Pembroke Dock Harlequins were 9th, so, you know, the Quins will go there looking for a win. They won 66-5 when they played at Pearspool. They won't win 66-5 on Saturday, I suspect. Langham are revitalised since that. Mm-hmm. And Neyland are playing Aberaeron. Neyland have moved up to 4th. They're playing some really good attacking rugby under Steve Evans, one of my pals. He's a great guy, Steve is. He's a character, but he's fully focused. I always think he's the Brian Clough of local rugby. He says it as it is. He tells them how it is. And they're playing Aberaeron, who were blinking lucky last week. They beat St. David's last sort of few minutes.
Just, yeah.
1-10-8 when they were losing 8-5. Paddy Evans there, a secondary cum press officer, always tells me as it is, and I won't tell you what he described their play as. But St. David's would say cracking performance, and I join them in that. And the last game then, the Saints are at Cardigan, who are one place below them in the league. That counts for nothing. How close they are can be seen by the fact they drew 10-all when they played at St. David's earlier in the season. So lots of rugby, Tom. I'm hoping it'll be good conditions and people will go out and watch lots of sport, football and rugby, and anything else as well.
Yeah, whatever's on. And if you are out and about, then by all means, take pictures, let us know. You can message us on 01437 764455, or you can email studio@purestradio.com. And also, you can get all of the roundups at pembrokeshiresports.co.uk as well. So yeah, but we want to know about all sports. And in fact, on Monday evening, there's going to be talk about hopefully a little bit of boxing. Chris McEwen over in Pembroke doing great things and being invited to an audience. And also Milford Haven Karate Club. We've mentioned them briefly in the past. Their teams are going off to represent the country, I believe it is, up in Dundee. So it's a very exciting time for Pembrokeshire sport.
Yeah, Kevin John is doing a great job there. I taught Kevin when he took over from Colin Harding, who was the doyen of local karate. And Kevin had been taught by him and moved through. And he is an absolutely fantastic coach for people who want to take part in karate. And the youngsters there, his son included, are doing brilliantly. So good luck to that. And Chris came into this area from London. He joined Pembroke and Pembroke Dock Amateur Boxing Club. I'm proud to be a life member there, Tom, incidentally. I really think it's a smashing club. And he has worked wonders there. With the boxing, there are other very good boxing coaches there, but his interest in disability and mental health, fantastic. I take my cap off to Chris, and good luck in all he does. He's a great ambassador again for our county. That's what counts.
Yeah, it is fantastic. So yeah, keep set your alarms for 7:00 on Monday evening for the Pure Sports Show with Eaton Evans and Morris Solicitors, and we'll tell you more about it over the weekend as and when we get these interviews all confirmed. And also, we've mentioned him before. We've mentioned Neyland a few times already. Bill, just to round us off again this Friday, tell us a little bit about Steve Roberts again.
Yeah, well, you featured Steve on the Monday night show recently because he's, I think, just about 40 now. I great pals with his dad, Peter, who was a fantastic schools player, played in the same schools team as Peter. And I was talking to him and Steve on Saturday at Neyland. And Steve was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. It's, not a nice disease to get. He's a young, fit fella, it seems, with a young family. And he's decided, rather than sit and feel sorry for himself, he's doing something to raise funds for the MS Society. So he is now not only running, jogging, call it what you like, having to walk some parts of the coastal path from one end to the other. He's going to turn round and over a period of time run the other way as well. So I don't know who run it twice in a name of charity. And Steve was very good. What's lovely to see is the support that was given. I know they had a bucket collection there, which went very well, and a raffle in the clubhouse after. And what I'm hoping is other clubs will pick up the baton. I know they've got their own things that they support, but Pembrokeshire is renowned for it. I know the help I have had when we've tried to raise funds for good causes. But if clubs feel they can do it, have a little raffle around the ground. Or when I was raising funds for a worthwhile cause recently, Fishguard Rugby donated their Saturday evening raffle, which normally goes to the Players Tour Fund, to help. And just little things like that can massively boost a total. If Pembrokeshire sport in general gathers round, and they look at Steve and think he played a lot of rugby. He's always teased about the number of comebacks he made. Well, he's making a real battle this time. So good luck to Steve, and good wishes to his family too.
Yeah, oh, definitely. We'll pass that on and echo it, and we're going to carry on talking about that because it's going to take him longer than a weekend to get around the coastal path, particularly doing it twice. So no doubt we'll be mentioning this again. Bill, where can we find you over the weekend? What's your pick of the weekend?
I'm going to watch some rugby because for our website, the sort of arrangement is Gordon Thomas does a brilliant job of looking at the football and taking some fantastic pictures of both sports. But the choices are, I suppose, Crimmock is one, Tenby is one, local derbies. I enjoy watching those. I probably will end up going to Langham and Neyland for half each.
Oh, nice.
And it's nice. It's comfortable parking. I get a great welcome at all the clubs. I'm very lucky. As soon as I get there, there's a cup of hot coffee because they know I don't drink. I just like to be warm at my age. Coffee thrust in my hand, that goes down a long way. So, probably those.
There you go. Well, if you're out and about, be sure to say hello, send your pictures in, give us your match reports and your men of the match. We'd love to talk about them on a Monday evening. But Bill, it's Feel Good Friday. It's 7:30. I'm excited. What have you gone for? And in fact, very fitting, actually, the week of St. Doinwins, I think.
I thought about that. Marilyn and I were talking because we have a little conversation every week. Because all I want to do is show the good side of the music that I loved when I was a young fella, interested in St. Doinwin and the 60s, of course. And this week I've gone for lots of fellas and lots of men groups. So we've gone for a group this week, all ladies, the Shirelles, with a song called Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? Lovely beat to it. I love it.
What a song. I'm very excited to play this one. Bill, as ever, thank you so much for your time on this Friday morning, giving us the lowdown. And if you haven't got enough sport, go out and watch some local sport this weekend and join the conversation with us on a Friday morning, every Friday from 7, or the Pure Sports Show with Eaton Evans and Morris on a Monday evening from 7 p.m. That's easy. 7 a.m. on a Friday, 7 p.m. on a Monday. There you go. I don't know why I haven't made that. Lucky number 7, Bill. It's how we opened the link. Bill, thank you so much. The Shirelles with Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, kicking off our Feel Good Friday here this morning. Bill, I'll catch up with you soon.
Have a good sporting weekend.
Feel Good Friday with Pems Paving. Your one